Hey guys, Kiramager here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Mashin Zabyun from Mashin Sentai Kiramager. This is a new Kirame machine that can create new weapons for Land Mage and has a special combination with Mashin Express. So, let's get started. First we'll look at this machine in stone mode, which is the Aqua Kirame stone. This is another large Kirame stone, so it's about the same size as the red and black Kirame stones. And while the main body is white, we have this clear aqua color on the front, where we have the very large Kirame seals. So we have a very nice cracked glass hollow pattern. And see that this is structured very similarly to the black Kirame stone, where we have this one fold piece on the front and then these two pieces on the back. And so it basically has the same type of transformation into Mashin mode. So we'll take these two pieces from the back, unfold the main piece here, take this part and attach it to the front, and take this part and attach it to the back. Then using your nail, pull up and out the crest here. And here we have Mashin Zabyun in Mashin mode. So, this is another train machine, and this one is a bullet train similar to Mashin Express. For a size comparison, here it is next to Mashin Joki. And as you can see, they are about the same size. Which actually makes sense because Mashin Zabyun will function similarly to Mashin Joki later on. So, similar to Joki and Express, this one has this sort of dinosaur or lizard motif going on to it, where you can see the eyes here and on the back, as well as some molded on teeth. And again, you have a lot more of that pattern. You can see all of the Kirame seals from the top. And it's got some nice but subtle paint on it. There's a very sleek and fast look to it. You even have this kind of corkscrew booster on the back. Now this is meant to go along with Mashin Express, so as you can see on the back, there is a connector peg that will fit into the hole on the back of Mashin Express. And so there you have it with both a front end and a back end, which is quite nice. Next, Mashin Zabyun has 3 weapon modes that can be equipped to Land Mage. And so they use different configurations of the parts. So for the first mode, we want to take off the back end, and you'll have this big piece. And you're going to want to fold out a handle from here. Then raise up the left arm, place it into the hand. And here we have spear mode. As you can see, it is very oversized to the point where you actually have to kind of have the arm raised up a little bit more than usual. And even then, because of said sizing, it won't stand up straight because of that angle. And it's certainly an imposing weapon, but like I said, it's certainly a bit oversized for land mage, and even does have a little bit of balance issues with its weight. For the second mode, you're going to take off the cockpit piece, fold up this handle, and then go over to this side and fold out a different handle. Then once again, we'll put in the left hand, have it slung over the shoulder. And here we have bazooka mode. So in this case it works a little bit better, because you have it resting on the shoulder, and it definitely has quite an imposing presence. Again, it is a bit of an oversized weapon, but in this case, it's an oversized weapon that can actually be properly handled. Then for the last modes, we'll use the front and back pieces. Each one of them has a handle you can fold out from the back like this. Put the front piece into the right hand, and the back piece into the left hand. And here we have gun and corkscrew gun mode. So this one's pretty cool because it's a couple of blasters that are, again, quite big, but at the same time, the weight is not too much of an issue here, nor is the size. So it definitely does have a nice look to it as well. And finally, we can combine Mashin Zabun with Mashin Express. So, for Mashin Express, the transformation is the same as for King Express, where we'll take the pieces, spin them apart, open up the front part to reveal the head, then fold out the arm connectors, and attach the two pieces together. Then, for Mashin Express, it's mostly the same transformation as with Mashin Joki. We'll split it into 3 parts. Take the middle section and fold it down, with the two pieces at a slight gap to create the legs. We'll then attach the body to it. Then we'll take the front and back end pieces, which become the right and left arm respectively. Admittedly, the connection for some of the joints is a little bit weaker in some places than others. So essentially, the joint connecting the head to the body is not very strong, but the ones that connect the arms to the body are. So expect stuff like this to happen. Then finally, we'll take this piece out of the left arm, take these two little connectors, and pop them in here, then slide forward. And here we have King Express Zabyun. And so now we have basically an all-white version of King Express. So you can see the two go together very well, since they use a lot of the same colors. And it's a very cohesive design. We've got the new arms where you can see that there is here a little peg hole that you can use for Mashin Jetta's sword mode or one of the weapon machine, as well as the left arm being the corkscrew gun. Not to mention, the lines do line up quite nicely, so you have the red going down the sides like this, and then you have the blue that matches well with blue on the waist. And you have this new head, which is made by this face mask, which definitely looks like a bigger and more powerful version of King Express's head. And, like this, you can have Smog Joki separately, and still be able to do something with Mashin Express. The articulation is limited because of the crest on the front of King Express, or Mashin Express. But if you're careful enough, you can kind of get the arms at a 90-degree angle, or at least an almost 90-degree angle, but that's as much as that's basically as high as they're going to get before it pops off the head. Still, this is a Sentai mech, so articulation is never really a big strong point. And there we go. Overall, this is a very cool Mashin that I'm glad was released. Going back to my thoughts on the King Express set, a couple of problems I had with that were that first off, Mashin Express was really only used for King Express, and if you wanted to instead play with or display Smog Joki, that other piece had nothing to do because it couldn't combine with any of the other mechs. Not to mention that on a personal note, I wasn't so fond of the aesthetics of King Express, where you had just a little bit of white for the head and chest, but then you had these black and purple arms, which obviously is there for story reasons, but I still didn't think it looked that good. So this is actually something I hoped would get made and released, that being a new white buy to both give it something to do when you have the other pieces made into Smog Jokey, as well as one that just fits overall better in terms of aesthetics, and I definitely think that that is the case here. I definitely would say that King Express Zabun looks better than King Express. In addition, the weapon modes are certainly nice, as they give you some playability if you perhaps have this and Kiramager but don't yet have King Express, though some modes work better than others. But I would definitely say that the appeal here is combining it with Mashin Express to make King Express Zabyun, and this is definitely going to be my preferred method of displaying them. Next time I'll be reviewing the Viper Connector Custom Bezel. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.